In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a guide to get all of the intel in Forsaken. And when I say all the intel, I mean everything. Audio logs, artifacts, documents, and all the good stuff that comes with this. But I do have to say this before we get any further, and that is that I actually split up this video, or this season 6 of intel, into two different videos. I split off the Outbreak version that is already out, and it'll be linked on screen right now. And then of course this version. So in order to get all of the intel for season 6, you're going to need both of them, but of course this one is solely focused on Forsaken. But with that all said, let's go ahead and jump into this video. First, starting off with the Requiem audio logs. The first Requiem audio log is actually going to be right in spawn. You can pick this up right as you get in game. It's not hard to really make out where it is, and just go ahead and collect that. The next Requiem audio log is going to be in the bar or right next to the Deadshot daiquiri machine, and it's kind of just in the middle of anywhere town, so just go ahead and find it real easy, pick that up. The next Requiem audio log is actually a place that you cannot access until you open Pack-a-Punch or lift the lockdown. And once you lift the lockdown, you will have access to the offices, and when you get here, you can find right at the bottom of these desks another Requiem audio log. For the final Requiem audio log, you actually can't get this one until you've actually watched the first cutscene, when, of course, Zykov comes from the dark ether and reveals his true identity. Until you watch that one, you can't get this because it won't spawn in. But once you do, head over to Storage Zone 5 rooftops, or a better idea is actually where one of the crystals spawn for the main Easter egg. And on these boxes or wiring, you will be able to find the final Requiem audio log. Now for the Requiem artifact, and there's 5 of these in total, but one thing I do have to say before we continue any further is that you don't really need to watch this part if you have built the wonder weapon and done the Easter egg, because if you've done that, you already have all of these artifacts, and this is true for all of the artifacts in Forsaken. If you've built the wonder weapon and completed the Easter egg, then you already have all of the artifacts. But regardless, I will point out when exactly you get all of the different artifacts. First, starting off with the Crystal Axe artifact for Requiem, and believe it or not, you get this when you craft the Crystal Axe. And I'm pretty sure that you have to craft it. You can't just get it out of the box or a trial. So you do have to build it yourself in order to get this artifact. The next one is the housing unit. You get the housing unit when you get the abomination to rush into the wall of the offices, and it falls off the top corner of the wall. Next one's the monitoring device, and this one is when you get the special RC car to drive into the vent, and when you have it explode against the wall, and then revealing the monitoring device. The next one is the fuel tank, and how you get this one is just after you do the lockdown near the fuel processing. Finally is the Ethereum neutralizer, and this you get just by simply using all of those other parts and building them at Main Street to make the Ethereum neutralizer. For the Omega audio logs, there are 4 in total. The first one you want to get is actually right as you teleport out of spawn, and when you do so, you're going to be in the area where you can find Jug at, but behind this little, I don't know, building thing, you will actually find yourself the first Omega audio log. The next Omega audio log is actually going to be in the fuel processing, but you'll actually find it on the left side of the teleporter, just sitting on the corner. You can go ahead and pick that up. For the third Omega audio log, you want to head to the amplifier room, or just, where the first abomination spawns, and you want to go up to where the staircase is, and in the corner of one of these staircases, you will actually find yourself the third Omega audio log. For the final Omega audio log, you actually have to do the Easter egg, and more specifically, the step you have to do it on is when you get the monitoring device. So you don't really want to miss this one, because this step requires you to use the special RC car and blow a hole in the wall of the TV room. But how you actually get this is actually right next to the monitoring device where you get that. on the desk, here you'll be able to pick up the final Omega audio log. Now for the Maxis audio log. There's 3 in total, but the first one you want to look out for is actually in the Main Street area. It's actually going to be in the Pizzavilling in a very, very annoying location, but what you want to do is head to this pizza location and look at the top of these light fixtures, and you'll be able to see the audio log and go ahead and shoot that down, and you'll be able to pick up that audio log. The next Maxis audio log is actually going to be in the video store, or this room that has Mule Kick, and slightly hidden by this mannequin, you'll be able to find yourself these Maxis audio log. For the final Maxis audio log, you actually can't get this until you build the Crystal Axe Wonder Weapon. And when you build it, make sure after you pick up the Wonder Weapon to look on the floor right next to you, and if you do so, you will actually be able to spot the final Maxis audio log. Now for the Dark Aether artifacts, and very similar to the Requiem artifacts, if you've built the Wonder Weapon and then you've done the Easter egg, you already have all of these, but I will point out again when you get these. First, starting off with the polymorphic crystal core. You get this when it randomly falls from the sky into the donut shop, and then you kill the special zombies that spawn next to it, and you're able to pick it up. This is when you get this one. The next one is the energetic Jord, and how you get this one is when you get the abomination to shoot one of the crystals around the map, turning it into this. The next one's a tempered crystal heart, and this is when you use a flame to kill a tormentor and they drop this part. And the final one is a crystallized crystal shard, and how you get this one is on the final step before the boss fight to the game, when you are escorting the neutralizer through the little tunnels, and along the way when you have to break some crystals in order to recharge it. That's when you get this. Now for the documents. There's actually 16 documents in total in this between Requiem, Omega, and Maxis, and how you get them is pretty much exactly how you've always got them. You rather kill elite or special zombies, and when you do so, they have a chance of dropping a document intel. Now, I will warn you guys that I think it's currently glitched, or maybe they're intentionally doing this to make it last longer, but traditionally in Cold War, you were able to get 3 different pieces of document intel in a game, but I went to a game that lasted till round 43 and only got 1, so I don't know if that was just my games are just kind of weird, or in general that they have allowed you to get less intel per match. So if that's the case, your best bet if you're just trying to grind out all of these documents might just be to get your first piece of document intel, then end your game and restart. But again, I can't confirm that, but I have been struggling to get these document intels. And that's about it for this video. I love to hear what you guys think of the intel that we got this time around. And also, if you just can't be bothered with all this, I actually have a video that is just playing all of the radios for both the intel but also the in-game radios, which if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a playlist too. I guess it's going to have those, but it's also going to have all of the radios throughout the entire season. But regardless, if you guys did enjoy the video and you found it useful in any way, shape, or form, then definitely do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff. But I'm going to go. I'll catch you guys next stream, video, or whatever that may be, and laters, guys.